Ooh, doggy, what is going on, beautiful people? I hope and pray that you all are doing phenomenally well. I'm super excited to bring you this video. I want to actually show you how to skip trace your data. So, a lot of the times, especially new investors, hear us talk about skip tracing quite a bit in the real estate investing space. So, first, let me explain exactly what is skip tracing. So basically, skip tracing in the real estate reference is a process for basically locating the contact information for these property owners, right? So if you go and you pull the pre foreclosure list, you need to know, how can I actually get a hold of the sellers? What's their email? What's their mailing address? What's their contact phone number? So you want to take that data, put it into a platform like Batch Skip Tracing, who I'm actually going to use here and do a live demonstration on. So that way you can get their information, reach out to that seller, and see if they're interested in selling. Okay. Now, when it comes to skip tracing, I will throw some disclaimers out there. You do not want to cut cost here. Okay. I'm pretty frugal when it comes to a lot of the real estate business, right? I want to make sure that I keep my marketing expenses low and my profitability high as much as I possibly can. So I can help you cut costs in just about every corner. All right. But skip tracing, we cannot, because you're going to find people on like Fiverr or social media that may say things like, hey, you can skip trace for 5 cents a lead, 3 cents a lead, right? But what ends up happening, if you take 100 leads and you go and pay 5 cents a lead per person to skip trace that data, and they actually give you bad or old numbers and you can't get a hold of them at all, well, guess what that just did? Nothing. It didn't do you any good whatsoever skip tracing that data or pulling that data. Then you have to go and take the same exact list and put it or skip trace it with a more reputable company like Batch Skip. So that way you can get more accurate data, more accurate information, and increase your chances of getting a hold of that seller. Okay. So you want to make sure that you use a reputable company here. Now, I actually pull my data from uh, PropStream, but I actually do not use their skip tracing services. Okay. For years, I've always used Lead Sherpa. And then now I'm transitioning over to Batch Skip. And the reason being is because we started using their dollar system, the Batch Dollar, which is incredible. I actually love it. Highly, highly, highly recommend it. Extremely user friendly. Even the team members, they like using it. So that's good. So I'm like, okay, well, let's try some of their other products out, right? And that's where the batch skip tracing is going to come into play. So enough of me rambling. Let me show you how simple it can be to actually start skip tracing your data. So once you log in, and I'll kind of show you from the beginning here. Once you log in, this is what it'll look like when you set up a brand new account. Okay. And it's free to set up your account. It's going to ask you, do you want to skip trace one single address? So let's say you're driving for dollars and you go and you find a house that's sitting there that's all boarded up, and you want to reach out to that one single person, right? Well, batch dialer or batch skip will allow you to do that. Or you can take a list of bulk names, typically 20 or more, 15 or more, and run it as a bulk skip tracing. And that's what we're going to do today. All right. So if we go here and we're going to click on bulk, let me go and grab my data. Let me find my list that I want to use. And I will drag it over here and it will start to upload. I will hit next. And now what we're having to do is we're having to map it. We want to make sure that the property addresses are the same or that the columns match what's on my actual sheet. So address, address, city, city, state, zip code, first name, last name. Second owner, we're not gonna import. Mailing address, everything looks good on here. Next. So we can go here, name your list. This is Ellis County pre-foreclosure, September 2024. So I have it. Reviewing it. We're going to go. I need to recharge my wallet. And just like that, there we go. So now it's doing its thing. Okay. We got the wallet charged up. This cost us for 79 leads, $5. And actually, it went down. Okay. Because some of the hits we didn't pay for. They didn't have it. So now we have, it cost us $4.41. I have a 79% hit rate, which is very, very good. This actually brings up a point that I want to make here. It is very rare that you are going to find a company. Actually, there's no company. I promise you, there is no company that will give you 100% hit rate on your data. Okay. As long as you're 70 or above, that is a pretty good company that you want to be using, pretty good company that you want to stay with. Okay. So now we can actually take that data and we can download it. And I'm going to show you, let me get off the screen here. And we'll pull that up and I will show you what that looks like. Screen share. 1 second. And here is our skip trace data, okay? So you see here we have seller's first name, mailing address. We scroll over here. Now we have phone number 1, phone number 2, phone number 3, phone number 4 right here, if you can see these columns. 5, 6. Wow, they give us 8 numbers. That's 7. So this looks like up to 9 numbers on some of these. We also have possible email address, 1, 2, and 3, and a possible second owner right here. So do you see how much information you get from just skip tracing with a reputable company? It's insane. So now you can take this list and you can literally go out there, and now we have multiple options that we can do for marketing. You can cold call them, just simply pick up the phone and call them. You can send email marketing, send them an email. Hey, are you interested in selling? Postcards, mailers, text messages, it doesn't matter. We have the data to go out there now, reach out to that seller and start getting deals. Here's the thing too that I want to point out, and I want you to know. If you noticed on some of those contacts, we had up to 9 phone numbers. Well, we don't know which one is the actual seller. Okay. So we call them all. We send text messages to them all and say, hey, Mr. Seller, my name's Clifford. I'm reaching out about your property that you may own on 123 Main Street. Are you looking to sell? All right. So literally in here on within 10 minutes, how long this video is now, we've been able to actually pull the data, skip trace the data, and start reaching out to sellers, or we could start reaching out to sellers. It doesn't have to be hard. It doesn't have to be time consuming. Okay. Don't make this any harder than it has to be. Also, if you're open to it, I'll be sharing the link to my next and upcoming masterclass. Okay. This is going to be huge. I am going to be giving away on this masterclass a one-on-one strategy session. I've never done this before, okay? I typically only save those for my community members, but anybody that attends all 3 days, we will be doing a live giveaway for a strategy session. So deep dive into real estate, click on that link below, and I'll see you there.